Guys, today I'll be doing a custom loadout video. I am in a custom right now because most weapons I'm gonna be showing you guys aren't fully upgraded. So, but yeah, let's get right to it. First off, my favorite kill sheets I personally just have the personal radar, the UAV, and always have the care packages. I think this is a good one because like 3 kills, you get a personal radar, fast. You can see where the enemies are, without having to get another kill to get UAV. But if you do want to use UAV, also help your team out. You can use the UAV, and I like the emergency airdrop because what you get from is any one of these. Mostly, you really get a lot of good stuff. But yeah, that's why I have that. If you want to, if you I used to have this class, but then I don't want to use the advanced UAV anymore because I feel like it was a waste of time just trying to get 12 kills. So I switched to emergency care package. But if you want to get this, you can use this to see where enemies are in real time. Um, like where they're gonna go and stuff. But field upgrades, I usually use dead silence and stopping power rounds. So when I do this, I use sometimes I use stopping power rounds, but when I'm doing like a knife challenge or something, I have also dead silence. But most of the time I use stopping power rounds sometimes. But I have dead silence here too because it's a little trick. If you have dead silence on with something that moves slow, your first option that's what is gonna move. So what you want to do is just put dead silence first, and then heavy stomping pound rounds if you want to use that, because that'll just make it recharge fast instead of recharging slow. And like, yeah, already going to this. So let's go into the class. Mainly I use Joker or tally sticks so I can run faster, or I use Jokers like if an enemy is like have a UAV or something. And we're gonna look into this model 680 round. I have the showstopper on because I just it already comes um it already comes preloaded, and then I can just do this faster. So what I do like to use is the mono suppressor. That's always a good thing to have. The 5 millimeter laser. The reason I don't use the tac laser is because I'm not gonna really be aiming down sights because I have no optic. So I'm just gonna have hip fire speed and sprint to fire speed. So that's good with shotguns. I have no stock on with speed and aim down sight speed. You know, just I really only have it on for the movement speed. That's really it. And I have my perk is fully loaded because this shotgun, it doesn't really start with a lot of ammo, and I have that, so I won't have to need the field upgrade munition box, so I won't have to constantly be trying to get more ammo, or using scavenger because I have quick fix on. So with a shotgun, you're gonna need to start your healing fast because more people be coming at you fast. And other thing I have recharge. I can recharge my stems, my grenades, and everything up. But um, mainly I use overkill, but on loads like this I use restock. And next I have amped, since I do have a rocket launcher. I want that to reload faster, and my weapon. And when after I get done with the rocket launcher, I want I want to switch to weapons faster. So yeah, and I'm getting to you. I do have the dragon breath rounds on. Um, and you're gonna have to level up the gun quite a bit to get these though. I do have the Model 680 fully maxed out on my regular though, but most, like I said, most of the guns I'm gonna be showing I don't have maxed out. So I'm gonna I normally use the dragon burst because dragon bursts are really good. It's basically a one shot. Like sometimes you get hit markers, but this will put the enemy up on fire. And yeah, that's it for this one. And Joker, I really don't have anything. You can't customize. I don't have any camouflages. I really just like the what do you thing. And the carbine. I don't use this a lot, but sometimes when I troll, I use this. I do have the Cali stick, so I can, if I want to, I can just run faster. But I have the Corp Combat Hollow Sight on this. You can use the mini reflex. You can use any. I feel like anything to be good with this is any hollow sight or any reflex sight. You really don't need a sniper scope um with the carbine, even though it is a sniper, but you really don't need it because you're just gonna mainly mainly people use this close range of sniper and stuff. And my muzzle, monolithic suppressor, that's good with basically every gun in the game. My barrel, the FS 24.0 factory. You see, you got damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control. I'm gonna need those bullets to be flying faster to get my target faster. And my grip, I have a triple grip tape. I don't have a perk or a laser on it. And my stock, I have the cartridge sleeve, so I can just have more ammo and stuff. And yeah, so moving on, I have the M4A1. Let me just customize this. So I mainly use the Court Combat sight, the APX5 holographic sight, or the VX hollow sight. Those are really good, but I mainly just use this because I just started normally down to that. And my muzzle, of course, the monolithic suppressor. Ammunition, I use 60 round max. I don't use this nor this, but I don't use this because yeah, it's only 10 round max. Even though it pulls up more damage and range, but I don't use this either. I don't like yeah, I just don't use that. I just use a 60 round max. And a laser, I use this laser right here because so most times I do aim down sights and I don't do a lot of hit firing with this. So yeah. And the final thing, I use the, what did I use? I'm pretty sure I use a Merc foregrip. I feel like that's good for almost everything with this gun. Yeah, that's it. And with this one, I just use EOD. Um, I use with this. I use the riot shield. I don't use the Cali sticks. And I do use this so my field upgrade can charge faster. And I use Syntax and some with almost all my classes. Next we got the growl. This is in my main class because I was only with my friend and I just use this. But I do use monolithic suppressor. I do use the tack laser. I don't use this mainly. I don't use this mainly, but I do use the FS Blackjack. And wait, hold up. I either use most times I use the Merc foregrip, or I switch it for the rear grip and put on the XRK Void like that. And I feel personally, I think that's a good class too. And with this one, same thing. Most times I just use this, but I don't use overkill. Almost all my ARs I use this, and sometimes now I'm just moving to the Uzi. Just move this overkill, move this to EOD. No scavenger, because Uzi runs that ammo pretty quickly. That's why I use scavenger on here. And tune up, I really use that on almost all my guns. I do use the riot shit on here. And I use there's two classes that I mainly use on this. I go to this hollow sight. I use the monolithic suppressor. I do use the 32 round max. I don't like using this nor this, but this it is 32 round max, but the damage and range is higher, and I feel like 32 rounds is good, unlike 10 bullets each. So I do use that. I do use the standard issue wood stock because I feel like that's just better, in my opinion. And I do use this because I hit fire a lot. a lot with this. Or sometimes I would take the side off and put the a grip on. This right here, that's another thing I use with that. And moving on to the Shark 45, what I used to mainly use, but now I mainly use it in 4. But I still use it. I really like this gun. I feel like it's a really good gun. This game, everybody should work to do it. All you gotta do is get 15 no 2 sliding kills in 15 matches. And with that, I did use the Uzi because I feel like that was a good thing to use it. But continue on with this, the PBS house, I feel like that's good. The stock, I do use the Guardian. Muzzle, of course, monolithic suppressor. I use the 400 mil stainless steel barrel, and I use the 45 round mags. Or I take the stock off and put on a tack laser. That's 2 things I do with this gun. And the final class is, yeah, no, this wasn't supposed to be. I was gonna do one for the MP5. I feel like this is a really good gun, and you know, I feel like it's when you get good with the gun, it becomes really overpowered. But I do use the same with this. I use the PBX hollow sight. Any hollow sight is really good with SMGs and ARs. I use the either 5mm laser or the tight laser. Both of those are really good. I do use the monolithic suppressor, and I also use this right here. I feel like it's really good. It does it does damage and range 30 rounds. So I do use that. And finally, I either use this stock or this stock, or I switch it out for this barrel right here, because I just feel like it's really good. You see more sound suppression, no visible trackers, enough high speed, and no enemy skulls. And that just means when you kill somebody, it it doesn't show up to the teammates that they died. But that will remove the monolithic suppressor. But I feel like you should I rather use this barrel than the monolithic suppressor anyway. And yeah, that's it for my classes. I hope you guys like this and enjoyed. And yeah, peace.